So you're engaged, congratulations, or you're just planning a regular party, I guess. These are the things that I wish someone told me, and I'm just gonna get right into it. First thing is budget. You know, everyone says you have to make a budget. That's the first thing you gotta do. Well, honestly, we didn't have money to have a wedding. Weddings are just too expensive. So we didn't have a budget, and we never did a budget, if that sounds crazy. But what I did do, and what Tony did as well, Tony's my husband, I paid ahead in all my bills for 8 months. Instead of buying things right away or planning right away, I held off. I just went ahead and paid all my bills. We planned our wedding in like maybe a few months. I didn't have any bills to pay, so all my money was going to the wedding, which is really nice. So that's what I did, and that was the smartest thing I did so far. Another great thing that my uncles and aunts and my mom did for me was that they gave me the money that they were gonna give me for the wedding before, and that's when you need it, because after the wedding everything should be paid for or in credit cards, you know. Speaking of credit cards, don't get one. Get one like the last month, because you want to live in your means, you know, stay within your means. Be honest with yourself. If you can't have it, you can't have it, you know. It's tough out there. But I got a credit card the last month. So it wasn't, so everything else in the last month was just like the little things, the ends tying in, you know, the loose ends, essentially. And another thing is just your priorities. My priority, you should just have two. Three is if you're lucky. But my two is having a good photographer and having a beautiful dress. And Tony's priority was looking good. Make them realistic. Do your research, you know, before you start jumping in. And have like a goal. So what I would do, and what I did do, was I would pick 3 photographers that I really loved. I mean, I'll be happy to get any 3 of them. You know, and you research their price, research their techniques, do all your internet research and all that stuff. You just interview 3. But you want to interview more than one, and you don't want to over interview, because then it just gets messy. Like, you don't remember, you don't, it just becomes really confusing. So what you want to do is pick 3 and interview them all within 1 week. Why 1 week? Because one is that you're going to forget, and 2, after a week they're going to call you back. They're going to start calling you back. So you don't want to go over 3 people, because it's just too much to keep tabs on. And they're going to start harassing you after if you don't make a decision, which I found the hard way. You know, you just can't email all the photographers or videographers. Pick 3 that you like, interview with them, sit down with them, and pick one. And do it on, like I said, 1 week. So 1 week, you do your photographers, the next week your videographers, the next week your MC, and you know, take breaks in between. You need to sleep as well, so it's all right. Everyone's gonna know you're a bride when you have a binder. I was planning my house as well, so that's why it's on the front page. Just download a regular calendar and keep yourself organized, because you're gonna have meetings, you're gonna have payments due. It's important, you know. You're just gonna have to do it. You could download this off the internet. They always have these budget plans stuff, you know, what you can do. Don't take them too literally. So don't go too crazy on what the internet says. It's all based off what's around you and what's available. And this is the next big thing that you gotta do. Have everyone's names and addresses. Who sends mail these days? I don't. Um, but yeah, so I had to get everyone's addresses and their correct name. Take time for that. All those technical stuff. Okay. The best thing I did for my wedding was have a website. We did send out our invitations, and but on the invitation it said to go and RSVP on our website, which saved us a ton on stamps. Stamps are expensive. You don't really consider how much you really spend on just envelopes and stamps and all these little things, but spend like $200 on stamps. We had a website that they could RSVP, so they didn't have to send us back a card, and it was really convenient. I used mywedding.com, and they're not paying me to say this, so it's really good. I had a music suggestion page, which is really cool. I had accommodations page for like hotels, cabs, things that really they'll need once they get here, because most people actually planned a weekend to come down here. I had local attractions, which was really fun. A lot of people did those things. Then I had the RSVP, and they're able to tell me who's coming. I got their names correctly spelled out because they spelled it out themselves. They had an option to do meal choices, which was really nice. To contact us, and the gift registries. And if I did have to send like an alert to everyone, pretty much I could email everyone at one time. So that's what I did for my wedding photos. When I got my photos back, I emailed everyone the link to where they could download all the photos. So it's really convenient. It's convenient for them as well, and that RSVP gets into an Excel. You could download it to Excel, and it's really easy to do your seating charts when you get that, because it tells you, oh, this is a party of 5, this is a party of 2, and it really just, Excel makes everything great. Yeah, have Excel when you're doing your RSVP and all that seating charts and stuff like that. Fun stuff. So when you are hiring someone, do your research, ask them a lot of questions. Have a list written out of all the questions and give yourself room so you could write their answers, and really do ask them. Even if you don't know what all these technical words mean, if they don't know and they're in that field, that's kind of like a hint that they're not really good at what they're doing. Have references. Ask for references. Ask to see samples of their work. Ask them about their backup plan. What if they're sick that day? And overall, hire good people. Hire people who actually care. That's what I found. If bigger people who have like these advertisements and ads, sometimes they don't really care because they have so much clients. But when they really care, you're gonna get quality work. Have like a list of questions that are tailored to what you want. Have a space for their answers, so you could compare stuff, your notes and things like that. Oh, what I used was gigmaster.com. That's how I got my comedian for my wedding. And pretty much it's really cool because you are like literally placing an ad. Instead of you going to find every single person, you put down what you want, the time, the money, like everything that you want. So my thing was I wanted to be clean because I had children. That was a big thing. So people got back to me. Some people were like, people that I wanted were like, oh, I'm sorry, most of my act, the punchline is cursing. So they got back to me. They were really honest, and I found the best comedian, hands down. I loved him. My comedian, he just sent me a tape of his stand-up comedy, and he was also on YouTube. So I knew he was great. I knew he was going to kill it. But I didn't want to meet with him. I just talked to him via email and over the phone, and that was it. So for the wedding day, carry around your bank, what is it? Your checkbook. Yeah, you never know what you end up missing blah blah blah. Carry around your checkbook, have all your checks already pre-written, and have someone give those checks out to whoever. So like the MC, my comedian, blah blah blah. Also, have someone hold your purse the day of your wedding. You know, I know you don't think about it, but you do need to carry around your ID, your cell phone, your blah blah blah. Have someone, you know, like your aunt, you know, just carry around your stuff for you. They could probably put it in their bag, just in case. And also, instead of getting like, you know, all those accessories, I wish I got an accessory for my cell phone, because most of the time I would still carry around my cell phone. I love my cell phone. So I wish I got this, you know, those they have bridal cases. They're so pretty, and I wish I got that. That would have been really, really nice. Really nice. Another thing, don't try anything new makeup product, new facial things, no new beauty stuff. Like if you never got waxed before, don't do it the week before your wedding, you know, because you don't know how you can react to it, or you know, or if you get your eyebrows done at one spot and then someone tells you, oh, this is like, you know, they specialize in weddings and blah blah blah, and they never did your eyebrows before, don't do it. Like, do a trial, like go and get your eyebrows done there before, but don't take that risk on getting it done that week before. Yeah, don't try anything crazy new, you know, on your face or body. You know, you don't know how you're gonna react to it.